Okay, we're definitely live then. Yay!
Just pick taxes so you get the best ad revenue.
Pick taxes.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I'm probably gonna first say that I when it comes to Wings of Redemption, the only thing I really know about him is that he's what the sort of how the stereotypical like rage gamer sort of got started. Um,
Yeah.
he because
No,
he, I don't know. That's who I picture first as like the rage gamer.
that's fine. I just wanted to clarify, like he's most certainly not the arbiter of online rage gamer.
Oh no no no, he doesn't. He it's I don't know. He just fits all the sort of stereotypes I know of. So in the controller, yelling, blaming chat, blaming other people. It's not his fault. And then he gets depressed, and it's like he has all the phases that I can think
Yeah.
of. Uh, but like so you guys can go in order about what you know about Wings, I guess. Uh, I guess we'll only starting with Fraga.
Oh shit. Uh, I didn't know much about Wings. In fact, I didn't know anything about Wings until watching like an older EFAP where they talked about him apparently, and then he was brought up again in later EFAPs, and all I know about him was that he did some shitty things to quote unquote improve his health, and it ended up backfiring because of his behavior. Um, and he was an overall shitty person who raged and cried. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I get angry at a lot of things, especially games. But I would never I would never break my controller. In fact, I would never break anything. Uh, Rage gaming. And uh, yeah, I feel like Wings is just one of those people who just you have to strive not to be. Though he looks far better compared to someone like Boogie.
You know what? That's fair.
Yeah.
I want to add one more thing. Yeah, he's looking better nowadays, and well, optically, but he's still like on that. Um, he lives the 9 to 5, and then he streams. Like he's paycheck to paycheck, as far as I know. But still, he's on
Yeah.
Locale Live. He looks better because he's when you sit next to the worst
Yeah. By
person almost
comparison,
ever. Yeah, it's like you're gonna look better. So, anyways,
I heard about a type of fish where if the female doesn't want to mate, it's gonna find a more attractive female and stay close to her, and then all the men will go to that other more attractive female. It's like the same with Wings, only in reverse. So because he's next to Boogie, everybody focuses on Boogie, and then forget about Wings of Redemption.
hmm,
So that's why it looks good, I think.
yeah. Uh, Master Ficus, what do you think about Wings?
So Wings is old school YouTube.
Yeah,
When it was impossible to monetize off of it, and he did a lot of just gaming streams where he'd like play a game, upload the raw footage, and then he started working with PKA Painkiller already, a podcast with Woody, some dude in California I know nothing about other than
yeah.
everybody who watches that show
Yeah,
likes to clown
boy.
on him, and the dude from Russian. Oh my god, I'm forgetting the
FPS
name.
Russia.
He was like,
FPS Rush.
yeah, FPS Russia, the OG gun tuber. Uh, Now, FPS Russia, his channel kind of fell apart when his business partner was murdered. That case was never solved, and then he got arrested for smoking weed. Uh, PKA fell apart because Wings was. It seems like he has a big ego, and he was playing a character because he would try to rile people up. He would try to say like the most offensive things, and those clips have come back to haunt him time and time again. Especially the one where there's a lot of debate on whether or not he murdered a cat. He swears he didn't to this day, but if you listen to those clips, it's questionable.
Mm.
At the beginning, he was the biggest draw to that podcast, and they didn't monetize it. And then he liked to flake out on things. He didn't want to do things. He was getting depressed, and then they wanted to go on a camping trip, and he was all about it. And then the day of the camping trip, when people were like halfway across the country driving to it, he told them he was still at home and he wasn't doing it. And so because of that, they kicked him out of the podcast. And like shortly after, they monetized the podcast, like right after they kicked Wings out. So Wings still holds a grudge to that day, to this day.
Mm.
Mr. Medicare went on to PKA and he was told the whole story. And then he went back and he found a bunch of clips and he made a 40-minute video shitting all over Wings of Redemption. Fast forward, the very funny video. Fast forward to present day. Yeah, he's on Lolcow podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He's paycheck to paycheck, but because he's sitting next to the worst person, he's looking better. And if you watch specifically the stream where they find out Boogie was lying about his cancer, Wings tries to say something, gets interrupted, and then just sits there silently, and then occasionally tries to say something and gets interrupted for like 5 to 10 minutes. And then when he can finally speak, he's like, "Hey, how did he get approved to do boxing? Wouldn't they have his medical records?" And like he
Yep.
runs off to go check, and Mr. Medicare is like, "Oh, that was a kill shot, Wings." And so like Mr. Medicare is like complimenting Wings. Like that's how much things have turned around. He's still lazy and angry and a miserable person,
Absolutely.
but holy shit, Lol Cow podcast did so much for his image.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
And then there's Victor. You're next.
Yeah, so I've known about Wings since his early days on YouTube as well. I remember a good friend of mine in high school, around like 2009, that was a big fan of his because of his gameplay. You know, he always got very good scores, despite what you might think of his tactics. But I mean, it's funny because early on in those days when YouTube did let you monetize, he was making a lot of money for back then. Like, I remember listening to the PK episode, and they said he was making around 10 grand a month
Holy
back in those
crap!
early days. Because they were saying
That's
how
wild.
That's still
like,
good today.
that's still good today, but back in 2010 or 2009 or whatnot.
That's even
So
better.
I remember the PKA guys were saying like, you know, like we were barely be able to get our channels off the ground, and we were just like, man, this guy's got it going. Like, he's got a lot going for him, and essentially, you know, Fike has pretty much summed it up. Many clips have come back to haunt him over the years, and much of it has been enjoyed by yours truly. I kind of forgot about him after 2011, and then I think it was like 5 or 6 years later, I was like, oh, this guy's still around, and I became a fan of the clip channels, and boy, those were the days because I feel like, yeah, he's definitely calmed down a lot since then. One of the fun things about watching Wings was always trying to figure out how much he was really playing into or not. Yeah, it almost seemed like he was on the edge of self-awareness, like he was sort of trying to balance it like between like, oh yeah, I know how to appeal to the trolls to get money, but then he would say things, you know, like, if we don't reach this limit, then I'm not playing Call of Duty. And he really, like, the things he would say while he was playing and the controllers throwing, like, it just, some of it is too hard to believe, and that was always a lot of fun. I'm ready to look here and I'm ready to listen.
Yep.
It's really curious how. Excuse me. It's really curious how when he's playing like Call of Duty or stuff like that, he'll make like the most basic snipes. The most basic things you'll hear on there, like, "Oh, you're an F word," or "You're you, I'm doing your mom," or the most basic insults ever.
Doing your mom.
And it's funny that it'll make all those basic insults, and then when it comes to Boogie, he knows exactly what to say to make the most horrible burns towards Boogie as a person, and it's like, where did these insults come from? You weren't like this before.
I think it's because like he's in a well, not to get distracted too much, but I think it's because of he personally knows Boogie. He's hung out with him for a while, and like he gets to think about it. Whereas on stream, he's in the moment and he can't really think of anything that much. So he's like, "What am I gonna say? I have time to think, and I'll just sit back and relax and wait for it." Like,
I'd say in both instances he's live,
Mhm.
but I see your point, I guess.
yeah. Well,
Uh,
he doesn't get to. He's not exactly playing the game either. He's just letting things roll by in his head, and he's like, "That's the one I want," you know.
Falco,
Mhm.
I believe if Alwyn says
Alwyn.
he's late, is Alwyn still able to join, or
Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sure, why not? If he
Okay.
wants to come in, I can. There goes another one. I'm just kidding.
We need more birds in here.
Exactly. And I can ask him his impressions of what Wings is. Whenever he comes in, I'll let you know. Thank you so much, co-host. This is why you were in the big bucks. All right. So while that's going on, I can't remember. Relix, what do you know about? What's your impression of Wings of Redemption?
Well, I'm not as well studied in the lore of Wings as the rest of you.
Oh, I'm
But I've
not
been
well
on the
studied either,
periphery.
but you know.
Yeah. But I remember seeing a couple of his videos back in the gold days.
Mm.
I also remember the Painkiller PKA podcast with FPS Russia. That's how I found out FPS Russia was not actually a Russian. That was a big surprise.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, like we used to watch FPS Russia when we were kids, and discovering he was actually an American was a big surprise to all of us. But yeah, I've been vaguely familiar with Wings the past couple of months. It was mostly the EFAP podcast and watching a couple of his videos. So yeah, I know very little, but just enough to be entertained.
So yeah, it's kind of funny. Like I think most people from that podcast know Wings as the guy who as the guy in the fight who won. You know,
Yeah.
the boxing match. Um, Arwen, hello. I have to ask you the
Hello.
same thing. What is your impression of Wings of Redemption? What do you know?
Sort of. He started using streaming as a crutch. But he
Wow.
was mainly just known for being trolled essentially and being provoked into doing all the incidents that have led to such viral clips, such as "I can't take this shit no more."
Yeah. Oh yeah. The very famous, the infamous clip.
That's my impression of him, but it's quite limited.
I think that's me too. Um,
Yeah.
Speaking of me too, I will get you that link. I love how it has a. It says there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I don't believe it. There should be 6 in here.
There are 6 in here, yeah.
yeah, there are 6.
No, there's not. I don't believe
No,
you.
there is 6. I'm looking at the video right now. There's 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1,
There's
2,
also
3,
5 on
4,
mine.
5, 6.
Hold on, I'm refreshing. Hold on.
I only see 5, but okay.
Oh, are you talking about the watch together?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I'd only just joined.
Yes, and here's the thing. I'm going to switch over real fast. Yay, yeah, there it is. All right. Sorry, I need to make sure we have a good experience with the full screen. All right, you guys ready? Here we go.
Any question about my personal life, ban them. No, I don't got any friends, dude. No person deserves this kind of ridicule. Like, I hate my fucking life at this point. My grandma's dying. I spend my entire life sitting in this room. I had $1,400 worth of chargebacks come out, and all you do is get picked on and criticized. That's my life. Most of you guys would crack under the stress that these people put me through. I just want to escape the bullying. I do. People make fun of me and pick at me. I'm pretty much defeated in every aspect of my life. You know, I have no self-esteem to begin with.
Hold on, let me
I feel
get
like
back to a
nobody
closer
loves
image.
me, but guess what? It's okay. He's an easy target.
So, is it true that there's a what is it? A dent in his wall behind that picture?
I'm pretty sure.
Which picture?
That's what the legends say.
That's what the legend
That's what the
I
legends
think I'm
say.
I think I'm a frame ahead.
Oh, it's just a black screen for me.
If you haven't heard of his name before, I guarantee you're definitely not going to forget it from this point onwards.
True.
I detest this game.
How do you cover this man in 20 minutes? I don't know.
I can do it.
Like,
It's just
But it's
funny.
I've watched documentaries on Wings before. They were easily an hour to 2 hours.
Well, it's not going to cover everything, but it's just a little slice of his life because he has multiple videos on Wings, so this isn't the only one. But this is the
It's like
this is 4 years ago, so or whatever. So
It's the series.
Mhm.
It's always good when these sorts of videos start with an "In the Hall of the Mountain King" kind of montage.
Honestly, can you stop, Kozo? And everybody that says I got on.
Fucking hell.
I know, it's like not only it's kind of funny. You think that was pasted and copied because he always throws it in the same way. It's with his let's see if it's he uses his right hand and he's like boom right behind him. Like, wow, that's amazing coordination to do it all the time like
He's been
that.
practicing.
Yeah. It's muscle memory.
It's the
How
fact
can he
that
afford
he
it?
can pause and shut down his Xbox or whatever he's playing as he's throwing it.
I know, it's like
half a second. That is
it's
so
so
incredible.
good.
You know, to those who still watch Wings of Redemption to this day, treat that moment like it's the portal scene in Endgame. Just him throwing the controller. It's like, yeah, he did it. He did it. They got their popcorn out.
And he throws it through the portal.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
it's 100 portals with 100 controllers, all hitting Thanos.
I'm sorry, I'm done with the stream.
Oh goodness.
Geordie Jordan, aka Wings of Redemption, was born on the 21st of April.
That's the greatest name of all time.
1986, into what you might call
Wow, he's
unfortunate
really not that
circumstances.
old.
His birth had been the result of a teenage pregnancy, and due to the young age of his parents, Geordie would be raised with the help of his grandparents in their trailer park home. At the age of 2, his father, an alcoholic, would abandon the family entirely, giving us a pretty clear idea of the unfortunate means by which Wings of Redemption had been brought into the world.
So it's kind of funny that it starts like this, and I was like, oh, because I first saw this video, I was like, oh boy, I get to see the funny side of Wings, all the stuff he's done, it's like, I had the expectation of sort of dumping on him, but now I'm like, man.
I was laughing a little bit because he made a small fuck up in his script. He said his father and alcoholic.
Oh.
His father and alcoholic.
Wait a minute. Really?
Is alcoholic.
He's got a disability.
Geordie would be
It's
raised with the
Australian.
help of his grandparents in their trailer park home. At the age of 2, his father, an alcoholic, would abandon the family.
Oh, his father, un-alcoholic.
Well,
That's
I choose to believe it
From
says father
Australia,
and
hell.
alcoholic.
Yeah,
I
I
understand.
choose.
okay.
Yeah, he mispronounced the word. It's
Nope.
his accent.
Oh
I
yeah,
choose to
It's his
believe-
accent. Yeah, un-alcoholic. But
I choose to believe that there's just Wings, and then his father, and then next to his father is just this big walking bottle.
and alcoholic. No, there's this guy who always hangs around. I'm alcoholic.
Entirely, giving us a pretty clear idea of the unfortunate means by which Wings of Redemption had been brought into the world. However,
it's like so this one, I'm like, man, I kind of feel sorry for him now, but that will change.
I like how it starts off like, no dad, lol. Obviously, we know where this is going. Like, damn, that's a presumption. Jesus.
It's doing the reality TV thing.
I mean,
It's setting up the sympathetic backstory before making us laugh at it.
Yes.
Well, I don't know, by this like logic of this setup, like I think he's doing pretty well. If you expected him to have a shitty life because he had an alcoholic father, I mean, like most people don't have this kind of success ever.
That's kind of true.
He basically just said single mom trailer park, therefore bad. That's what I got out of it.
Look, he's in this box. You see? I put him there.
Yeah. I feel like the biggest problem with Wings is not, his background. It's the victim mentality mindset where you don't reach out because you feel like, woe is me. I don't have a chance.
It's weird seeing, videos of Wings and then seeing his kid pictures, his baby pictures, where he looks like he looks like this very happy boy, just kind of going around enjoying life. For the longest time, I just pictured a mini him when thinking of baby Wings.
He's always had a beard.
It's chicken wings. The small one.
Chicken wings.
Chicken Wings of Redemption.
He's the chicken nugget, yeah. He's like, yeah, look at me. Dip me in sauce.
Oh, don't say that.
Nuggets of Redemption.
But while the circumstances were far from desirable, as Geordie Jordan entered school, he would begin to excel in sports, claiming to be one of the most athletic people in his class. That would be until a physically gifted foreign exchange student joined his year, placing Geordie in second place for most school sporting events. In order to counteract this, Geordie explained that he began to eat more during dinner time, under the assumption that it would help him grow faster, hopefully giving him a physical advantage over his opponents. However,
I don't know. I just feel that that's like saying, like, man, you're putting all the blame on this new guy.
You know that turned out to be kind of true because Wings can actually box.
Well,
Wings can box the lowest of the low.
He can
yeah,
box
exactly.
Another
he can box Boogie.
fucking non-fighter like him.
It's what happened in the Boondocks where Granddad faced against Stink Meaner. It's like, yeah, of course he can beat him. He's a blind, like, crippled man. But I think the ethic of which he did it, though, was actually for real. Which means, like, he's definitely been in the sport world before, and he knows what to expect, while Boogie had no idea. So I think you're on to something.
However, this would cause Geordie to begin gaining excessive weight, ultimately leading to a sporting underperformance and isolation into the fantasy world of video games. In the process of this, his family, including his brother and single mum, would move from his grandparents' trailer park home into low-income government housing, where Geordie Jordan would continue to gain weight while further isolating himself from society. By the age of 14, he had reached approximately 240 pounds or 110 kilograms, also being...
Look at that picture, though.
I still can't...
It looks like he's underwater.
I still can't get over the fact that his parents decided to name him their surname.
What do you mean by surname?
Yeah, that's Arkansas.
Last name.
That's... I'm not even surprised.
Well, there's a lot of people
who don't know what surname means.
I think it's one of the Carolinas.
Yes.
Oh, was it? Oh, my bad.
Well, the thing is, though,
that's Rags. Oh. That's Rags you're thinking
of. I'm thinking of Boogie. But...
No, you're thinking of Boogie, yeah.
Oh, Rags and Boogie. Yeah, you're right.
But what? It's kind of funny. I know people that like are named after their grandfathers, and they're grandfather never to their father. It's like, oh, geez, like when does this stop? I wonder. So it's like,
Yeah, but like Jordy Jordanson, it's
that's
like Eric Erickson. I mean,
that's weird.
you know,
Well, at
that
least Erickson sounds better. Like,
It does,
does
but like
it?
there's not
I don't
even
know.
the but it's not even a patronymic surname. That is to say, a surname that comes from the father's name. It's a place surname.
hmm.
Hmm.
It's referring to the
diagnosed.
River Jordan.
Oh, oh, I've
Yeah.
I've never connected that.
Which, by the way,
bipolar and
also literally means the downflowing river.
Yeah.
Nice. He's gonna write his own book, and he's gonna call it IP Freely or something.
I like this freeze frame. It's just a massive fucking guy towering over the camera and just big text says bipolar. That's horrifying.
Bipolar and urine.
That's a
Let's
threat.
go.
If you just showed this image to someone who didn't know about wings or this video, they'd think you were watching a crime documentary.
Yeah.
It's exactly that
Absolutely,
kind of photo.
absolutely.
Yeah, it is. Are they trying to make us? I don't know. Is Sunny V2 trying to make us feel sorry for him? Like I get that
It says
impression.
tragic in the title.
Yeah.
I'm still going with the reality TV idea
Mm-hmm.
that it's just doing the sympathetic backstory just so you get attached to him, such that it's then actually a lot easier to laugh at him.
I guess so.
Wouldn't that have the opposite effect?
No, actually, oftentimes we laugh at people because of like relatability, for instance.
That can be.
Or
That can be the case.
and I think
But
it's
that
sort of
depends on
going
delivery.
it's sort of
I
going
think.
with the idea that like well, see, in reality TV, it's like we're laughing at them because that's absolutely a situation that we would find ourselves in. That's probably how we would perform, you know? Like when someone goes on like total wipeout and you get the sympathetic backstory and then they just completely flunk the obstacle course. It's like, yeah, that would be me. So I'm gonna laugh at that.
Well, I guess I can only speak to my own perspective on this, but when I'm laughing at Wings, I'm laughing because I have all the context. I would feel bad for him if he hadn't gone out of his way to fuck people over, to like do terrible things to other people. It's not I'm not laughing at like if I was like, oh, well, I wouldn't just be laughing at him because he had a like shitty childhood.
Lol, no dad. Lol, get fucked.
That's not entertaining.
Let's say it's a different kind of entertainment.
If he was
It's-
more
it's
relatable to
like-
me, I would probably dislike him a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The attempt
that would
is to laugh with him versus laugh at him. That's
Because
the
like
attempt,
I
think.
can't relate to like coming from poor means and then seizing an opportunity that even a lot of people with the means wouldn't have, and then squandering it in like every single way possible.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, like, he had it made, and he had friends that went out of their way to make sure he was taken care of emotionally, and he gave it up.
Mm-hmm.
No one forced it out of his hands. He fucked up so
Would
many
you say
times.
that maybe making him relatable in the beginning actually like increases your contempt and then therefore allows you to laugh at him more?
No, I wouldn't.
Laugh at his
It
pain
also
more, I
gives a
should
bit
say.
of a
Hmm.
Schadenfreude aspect where it's like a car crash that you can't force yourself to look away. Like it just keeps going on, and there's an aspect to a story like this where the person just keeps making it worse.
Well,
Where, yeah,
actually, I might take that back a little bit. It might actually make me dislike him more and thus be more okay with laughing at him, because I'm like, well, most people who come from this kind of background don't like. Well, I shouldn't say most, but like a lot do. Like they don't ever amount to say that kind of success that even close to the success that Wings had, and yet he still acts like he still lives in the same town, he lives in the same place, been doing like this whole time, and yet when he was having major success, he was just like spending all of his money on shit that he would have never needed, and
Yeah.
he acts like he was trapped in this little box, and oh no, I could have never done anything about my life, and oh no, what was me, and
That
at a
happens.
certain
Oh,
point,
I'm sorry.
people get tired of that.
Mhm.
That can only last for so long, especially when you're the one fucking it up all the time. So
I
maybe I like laughing at that.
I will say, dang it, I think I forgot.
It's a bird
How do you
thing.
think this
fine.
conversation just looks with this image?
Is he diagnosed with bipolar? Like, hang
He
on.
looks like
He
he's
probably
gonna eat
said
us.
that.
According to this guy, yes.
He probably said that, yeah.
Approximately 240 pounds or 110 kilograms, also being diagnosed with bipolar and social anxiety disorder, adding to the isolation.
Okay, he was diagnosed. Okay.
Falco,
To counteract
Yeah.
Falco, I'm not gonna lie to you. That sounded pretty stupid.
What?
Was he diagnosed with bipolar? I don't know. It says so on the screen.
No. But we've had a few recent dramas where people claim to be, well, one specific one I'm thinking about. Somebody
Autism.
claims to be bipolar, and then it turns out that they aren't, and they were just said that to get out of trouble and beg for rent money. So,
I think Sunny DB2 is taking Wings a lot at his word, because most of this, I imagine, would
agree.
stem from
Yeah.
like what he said in streams.
Yeah, Wings is he's lied so many times.
Yeah,
About
I'm
things.
not convinced he was actually like the best at sports in his school until a foreigner showed up and took his job. I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
convinced
not.
that's real.
But and that's what I mean. Like that's what I mean about earlier when he said like all this stuff about like, well, there was a foreigner, and I'm like, what do you mean, someone from another state? Like, like what do you mean?
It could have been the
I feel
rival
like
trailer
it's
park.
probably.
It
I'm sorry.
could've-
Go ahead. Go ahead.
The guy from across the street. Yeah, look at that foreigner. But anyway,
It could be that
so-
he has memories of playing sports one or two times in recess, and so that's where the memory comes from.
I mean, it's kind of funny. I wonder if he tried out for sports and like he thought he was very good, but when he couldn't do it, he just gave up and got food. I think that's true.
Yeah, I was kicking the ball like past the field goal. It missed, but it's all because of that rice farmer across the street. You know.
Oh my gosh. No, I mean, there's probably some truth in there. It's just that you'd have to peel it back in order to find like the details.
Well, just looking at the picture of him, if that's him at like 14, he definitely could have become a football player.
Oh yeah, but this isn't
Absolutely.
14.
I mean, like I look at him now and I'm like, man, if you dropped 200 pounds, you'd be fucking like no one would fuck with
Pretty
you.
sure this is the 14.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. It's like
This is the ultimate male
hello?
repellent.
Hello. Hi.
Whenever I go out and
Really?
dress like this,
Who's playing that in the background?
Who's playing that in the background? Who are you?
Relix, what are you doing?
Relix. Relix.
Relax, you there?
Relix.
I'm here.
Yeah.
What was that noise?
We can hear the newscast.
What did I do?
Yeah.
I heard a
What did I
feminist.
miss?
I heard a feminist. No.
So why do you call me?
Anyway.
Because we heard something.
The sound was coming from you.
Background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought I was muted.
Nope.
No, you
But
were
it's-
not.
They're just not used to the sound of other people. They're used to talking to birds all the time, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anywho.
isolation even further. To counteract this, Geordie Jordan would begin to take on various low-skilled jobs in order to get out of the house more often, as well as earn himself a little bit of income. In his late teens, he would take on various positions such as working at a video rental store, a supermarket as a 911 operator, and even as a Domino's pizza delivery driver. However, he found many of these to be boring and unstimulating, often leading him to quit within only
Wait,
2
what?
weeks of starting.
A
However,
911
2
operator.
weeks. 2 weeks. A 911 operator. That's interesting.
How the hell? How the hell?
How do you find that unstimulating?
Because he's
You're
not
To
sitting
playing.
around
clarify,
all day.
he grew up
Because
in the
no.
boonies. They don't do a lot of
Dude, that would be
911 calls.
overstimulating, if anything. Like,
Well, where he is, it's probably dull.
There's this really great movie. I believe it's a Netflix original. Who's the name of that actor who played Mysterio?
Jake
Uh,
Gyllenhaal.
You're
Jake
talking-
Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. He was in a Netflix original about being a 911 operator, and yeah, the whole movie is about how tense the situation is, and what he has to do to try and figure out what's going on in this 911 call.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And these things happen, man. The 911 calls are not what you would call boring sometimes.
To clarify here, a little bit of
Sometimes.
context. He grew up in the middle of nowhere, right?
True.
Like they get far less 911 calls, and the ones that they do get are a lot of like farmers mad about this, that, the other,
Oh,
and shit
yeah.
like that. Like, of course, horrible things will happen, big things
Mhm.
will happen, but it's kind of spread out. So if he was only there for a short period of time, he probably didn't get anything exciting coming through.
Yeah, like they're in my crops again. Send someone over. We found nothing. Okay,
Like,
back to
somebody's
work.
lawnmower entered
Yeah.
my property.
The
Or
cat's-
maybe it does.
My dog's gone missing.
Or maybe it does something as crazy as like that's the ninth stabbing that I've heard in a row on these calls. There's nothing new anymore.
Well, I really think what it is that he's not stimulated by it because it's not something he wants to do. Like that's I think that's what it is. He wants to do something that he finds enjoyable, not what other people have to do. That's I think it's a part of the lazy nature of it.
Although I am very curious how someone like this became a 911 operator.
Ma'am, don't throw that. Don't get angry.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I blame the controller too.
that was the other thing I was going to raise. I don't really know how he would have been qualified.
I bet you just
Just
have to
given
Yeah,
just
there should
given
be some
what we
vetting
know his
process.
temperament to be.
Mhm. Ooh, true.
I doubt he would have been allowed to be on the other
mean,
end.
Was this early 2000s?
Let's see, 1986. By the time he was like 20 or something, so let's see, about
When he
Two-
first started
2003?
YouTube, he was like 20.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes, I'm starting to. I think early 2000s would be right. Yeah.
I can see the entry standards being fairly lax at that point in time in that part of the country. But there's also where is he getting this information from? Is this something Wings claimed?
I don't
I
know.
guarantee it's something that Wings claimed.
I absolutely that I've heard him claim some of these things
Mhm.
himself.
Was there any evidence
it's
to
also
back
just
this
like-
up?
It's also just
Well,
like
this is a
where
20-minute video.
where else would
I
we
mean,
get
what do
this
you
information?
expect?
No, not from the video. Not from the video. Just like, does anybody know if this is actually true?
Oh, yeah, that wasn't even a criticism. I'm just like, I don't expect him to actually source this video very well.
Mm-hmm. Except for the.
No,
I
I'm not
stuff.
saying that I'm not even talking about
I
the
don't think
video
you
at this
can,
point. I'm just
to be
asking if
honest.
any of you guys know.
I don't. Just
I
from
mean,
what he said.
No idea.
Let's see. I want to go back and see all the places again. So let's see.
So he was at
Delivery
a
driver.
Costco.
Costco, Blockbuster.
I can believe the
and
other ones.
Domino's.
That's fine.
Yeah,
And
except
yeah, I can
for the
believe those.
911.
That's fine.
Yeah, but whatever.
It,
I'm just
it
kinda
is just
past
the 911 operator that I am so curious about. It's like,
he quit it within 2 weeks. I
if it
also
is a lie,
believe that.
why would you tell that?
That must be the least appealing man to look at when you go into a Blockbuster or Domino's. It's like, I'm gonna get a pizza, and then you see someone as big as him. It's like, I don't feel comfortable eating this pizza anymore.
I don't know. I don't care who's working behind the counter. I'm like, yeah. Just give me the pizza. Thanks. Bye. Like,
Hunger trumps all.
absolutely.
Hunger trumps all.
Oh
Nice.
man, Blockbuster. I do miss Blockbuster. But anywho.
Yeah.
However, he found many of these to be boring and unstimulating, often leading him to quit within only 2 weeks of starting. However, at the age of 18, Geordie Jordan would finally get into a position which he was able to hold for some.
Hold on. This
yeah,
is troubling.
that's a 17-year-old working as a 911
Yeah. I'm like,
operator.
wait a
I have
minute.
doubts.
Wait a minute. This is a little tricky because I'm like, I don't think you could do that if you're under like legal age. That doesn't sound right to me.
I don't think you can even get the
Obviously not.
qualifications for it.
So someone's not telling the whole truth. I don't.
The age
Wait,
of
do you think
18,
maybe like he tried training for it, and then quit that?
Maybe, but I don't know that for sure. I'm just gonna take the word that like maybe he tried to do it when he got of legal age, and then it just fell through. And he did it as a hobby to like play video games and stuff, and he found that more lucrative, so he quit. But then again, that's good faith. So.
Geordie Jordan would finally get into a position which he was able to hold for some period of time, specifically a job working for a company by the name of Metglass.
What I did at Metglass is I was an overhead crane operator for blast furnaces that basically poured liquid metal and things out, kind of like Terminator 2.
While working at Metglass in 2007, Geordie and another friend by the name of Z7 Taylor would play Call of Duty in the evenings, also starting to regularly watch sniper montages over on YouTube. In the process, Geordie thought about making his own videos, however, given his busy work schedule, would dismiss the idea as he had minimal time for doing so. However, in 2000,
I'm sorry. What's going on?
Busy work schedule.
It's busy work schedule.
Sounds
Yeah.
like me when I'm not,
Mhm.
doing things that I should, or putting off something. No, I'm so busy with my work.
Well, yeah, that's definitely somewhat of personal experience. I'm like, man, I'm so busy.
2008, an event would occur that presented itself as a negative in the beginning, however would turn out to be a huge turning point in his life, the global financial crisis. Geordie explained that since he was one of the more expensive employees at Metglass, he was one of the first to lose their job as business profits began to tumble.
They started laying people off, and one of the people that got laid off was me because I was one of the newer.
Who is that in the corner? Is that Phil DeFranco?
I have no idea.
No, this guy looks too young, I think.
I don't know. This was young YouTube, so I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Employees, and I was also getting paid more than most of the employees on the flag factory floor.
He would then be put on government unemployment payments, which in combination with his previous employment history seemed to dampen Geordie Jordan's confidence in relation to his ability to hold down a job working for someone else.
If you think I could hold a job down, you're kidding yourself. The reason I don't get a job is I can't hold one down.
However, there was one advantage to come out of this whole situation. Suddenly, Geordie Jordan had all the time in the world. His friend Z7 Taylor had started making his own Call of Duty videos and noticing the success of them
because I seen Taylor in his channel and I loved reading the comments, so I'm like, damn.
He would order a HD PVR capture card and begin to record his own high-definition Call of Duty videos in his newly found free time. Geordie Jordan would then register a YouTube channel under the name Wings of Redemption, taking the name from an inscription on King Tut's tomb which stated, "Death shall come quick on swift wings to him who disturbs the peace of..."
I don't...
What?
The death shall come to the swift wings. Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great quote.
Yeah.
I saw a modern version of this in Minecraft. Like I was playing on a server, and then some guy had a chest with stuff, and then there was a sign on the front which said, "Steal my stuff if you are gay." So that would be the modern version. This.
Yeah. If you're faking gay. But like, death shall come on swift wings to disturb the peace of the king. It's like, so he actually read that, or did he hear it from somebody else? But I don't know. It just seems interesting that
he either read that.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry.
It's cool.
I was gonna say he either read that, or he heard it, or he just saw one of those really weird guys who tattoo like Bible verses on their backs.
He was on the road one day and he saw a motorcycle guy. He was like, "Oh my gosh, look at that!" It's like,
I'm gonna be one of them.
But while making a brand new channel was extremely
I just don't
exciting
get where
for
the
Wings
redemption part comes
he wouldn't
from.
even
Redemption?
Yeah, that's not in the quote.
True. I don't know where the redemption came from, so it can't be from that quote.
I guarantee. Well, I'm not gonna say guarantee, but I think that it's probably just a reference to an angel from the
Yeah.
Bible.
I just think he ate a wing one day, and he's like, "This will redeem me." Yeah.
make it past his first video before embroiling himself in some level of controversy. In his very first video, Wings felt the need to stick up for a Call of Duty strategy known as camping, where the player would stay in one location for a prolonged period of time and wait for players to come to him instead of the other way around.
Some people think I'm a camper, which I am a camper.
The strategy was common but often frowned upon by players who are more aggressive, and as a result...
Hey, you know what? How do you guys feel about camping? I gotta know.
So here's the thing: in Call of Duty, it's probably looked down upon for a reason, just because of how that game works. You know, they're not going for the gritty, realistic war simulator. They're going for a twitchy, arcadey. Especially even back then. I mean, it wasn't nearly as bad as it is now, but
oh, of course,
that's kind of what the formula was. At least in like the Modern Warfare 2 days.
Oh yeah, dude, I love that stuff.
I mean, there were so many ways to make the game, to basically cheese the game if you're camping, and it's not an indicator of skill, that's for sure. So I would understand why people would be annoyed at him, considering he always claimed to be really good at the game.
I see. Okay, so that's why he
It's
would.
like, yeah, number go up, but you're sitting in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like if you're in a position where you're in a stronghold position, and you get there, I think if you stay there the entire time, I think you earn that position. But this is not the same thing as camping, because there are sniper positions that are meant to be sort of strongholds that like have a couple of ways in, and you have to defend yourself and also look out of the window to snipe people. But that's, again, I think it's different from camping. But I think both are legitimate forms of strategy, but it's like, yeah, it is the lazier form of it. But hey, if you can get away with it, then they're dumb enough to walk into it.
I would say camping is a legitimate strategy, but it's not anything that indicates your skill at the game. It's nothing to brag about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it depends on how you do it, right? Or the video game. Like as you said, there are some spots where it's designed for that. It's designed for this area. You need to watch out for a sniper. And then there are other times where someone just stays in a corner and they don't really engage with the game the way it was meant to, and it can be a detriment to the enjoyment of the other players.
Well,
So,
it's
like,
in the name. It's not strategic positioning. It's camping. It's meant to demean the person, because camping would imply that you're just kind of sitting around.
Then there's spawn camping, which is I think it's the cruelest one, even though
Again,
I did it
like,
a lot.
Yeah.
There's a difference between standing in the sniper tower and sitting in the corner of the tower by the entrance to the tower, waiting for someone to come into the tower, where they can't see you because you're in first person. So.
Yep. All right.
His comment section would fill up by many who opposed his playstyle. However, on the opposite end of the spectrum, people also respected Wings for his honesty and his unapologetic nature towards the strategies that he preferred, and as a result, he began to build an audience. Given the almost non-existent competition on YouTube,
I can see that happening. If someone said like, "Yeah, I am doing this," and especially when it's early on in the YouTube years, that's got to be something new to people. It's like, yeah, you know what? It is a legitimate strategy. Sort of gaslighting the audience, like.
YouTube at the time, Wings would quickly become one of the fastest growing creators on the platform. And with such, he began to gain the attention of other large Call of Duty YouTubers, specifically one by the name of Woody's Gamertag.
Hi, this is Woody, the Unexceptional Gamer, and I make Call of Duty videos designed to help my unexceptional brethren do better in the game.
Woody's Gamertag had begun YouTube at around the same time as Wings, and in order for them to share their audience with one another, they would begin to post dual commentary videos.
Hey guys, it's Woody, the Unexceptional Gamer, and I'm...
What do you guys know about Woody? This is something I've never even heard of.
I also used to watch his videos back in the day. He's basically like a Mr. Wholesome. You know, like, hey, I've got like a wife, 2 kids. Even like back then, like I would say,
a family man.
Yeah, family man. You know, he with like normal interests, and essentially his channel was, you know, under 1,000 for the first like few years of him knowing Wings and being friends with Wings, and so his channel grew exponentially over the years. And whatnot.
I'm starting to get like a sort of picture, because this guy's wholesome, so anyone he's connected to has to be wholesome, right?
No, it's not that.
Okay. I thought he wanted to distance himself from Wings after the whole
I was
thing.
just getting into. I was just addressing what you asked about who Woody is.
Oh, I'm just. I thought that'd be somewhere for them to go, but I don't know. I don't know why
guys.
Woody was the last person on PKA to drop Wings.
Yeah.
Like, he was trying to keep that friendship going as long as possible. Nowadays, Woody's just known as the one guy on the left on that podcast, and everybody makes fun of him for it. I don't know. I think he's an alright guy.
Yeah. He's fine. It's just, you know, the community is like it. You know, you just gotta take your licks, and you know, he's got a lazy eye. You know, it's the internet. You know, people are gonna make fun of you. He has a couple of boomer takes because he's like 55 years old. You know, whatever.
Guys, I have to go. Something just came up.
All right.
Which was unforeseen.
I hope it's nothing
It was,
too rash, but okay. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, it was great talking to you. You guys have fun.
Yeah, you too.
You too.
See you later.
Well, all right.
I'm doing a dual com with Wings of Redemption today.
Also starting a...
To be fair, he really sounds like, from this what we have here, he sounds like a normal person. Like, he's not like he has a decent voice for back then, so it works. Like,
podcast together by the name of Painkiller Already, or PKA for short.
Hello guys, this is Painkiller Already, and I'm your host, Jordy Jordan, aka known as Wings of Redemption, for anybody else who can't put 2 and 2 together.
In this
Wait,
podcast,
hang on. Did he just say AKA known as?
yes. Listen.
Okay.
Yeah, well, he's just being the this is the classic sort of YouTube isms of back then, where it's like, hey guys, what's up? You know, that kind of thing, and he's just going with it. So it's like, yeah.
I mean, sure, but also known as.
Yeah, I know. He's just trying to roll it off the tongue and make it sound better.
He doesn't have to talk well. Yeah. He plays Call of Duty.
It's true. Most people Call of Duty don't talk.
I know. I'm just pointing out because I think it's funny.
It is.
With his strong opinions and unapologetic attitude on topics relating to Call of Duty, however, with such, would also begin to gain a reputation as a guy who would constantly respond to those who shared differing opinions. While Wing's goal was to subdue the negative feedback.
You douchebag, you're the one watching this How to Camp vids. Shut the F up. You're welcome. Camping is most effective for playing this game. It's most effective for playing this game. It's a true form. Wow.
Back by responding to it, it instead...
I like the part where the enemy ran into your aim, and then that part where the enemy ran to your aim, and oh my gosh.
It seemed to amplify it, as his audience noticed that the best way to get attention from Wings was to simply leave a negative comment, which Wings often struggled to ignore. In addition to this, Wings would begin to show his face more regularly in...
Oh my gosh, I didn't recognize Wings for a second. Like, I know that's Wings, but I just didn't...
The angle does him
Yeah, the angle. He looks like a taxi driver.
Well, he's also not as fat as he currently is.
I wish
back
he would.
then.
Man, I hope he does
Well,
lose weight.
To be
And
fair,
also,
you're
you
not.
can't see most of it.
Yeah, you can't see the waist, so.
Yeah, but a lot of fat goes into your face.
Oh,
Just go look at him now.
yeah, it's true. Gravity and age is not helping him.
It mostly goes to your stomach first, though, let's be real.
In his videos, prompting negative comments in relation to his weight. However, despite clearly being on the heavier side, his subscriber count was mediated by his gameplay rather than his physical appearance, and by August
Wow, look at that. 61,000.
2011, Wings of Redemption had peaked as the 281st most subscribed channel on all of YouTube.
That's impressive. Like, even for back then, that's really good.
With a little over 300,000 subscribers, and for all intents and purposes, Wings of Redemption's YouTube channel seemed to be chugging along just fine. That would be until the 67th episode of the Painkiller Already podcast, where the tragedy of Wings of Redemption would really set into motion after one of, if not the most notorious Call of Duty events in YouTube history. To spice things up on...
Oh my gosh, the bog clip.
I believe this was I believe this was the one you showed me, Falco.
Yes, it is, because it's the most infamous thing he's known for, and that's when it all started to spiral far down.
This episode of the podcast, Woody and Wings would invite another streamer and YouTuber on by the name of Syndicate, who Woody described to be
the best Call of Duty Zombies player on the planet.
Possibly feeling subconsciously threatened by Syndicate's channel and Call of Duty skill, Wings was, quote, wildly disrespectful to Syndicate throughout the stream.
I could put up a fight against, in like COD 4, Modern Warfare 2, World at War, but then throw me in against Black Ops.
You would get destroyed in World at War. I have never lost.
In addition to this, Wings would go ahead and state that
he says that he'd be much better at zombies on his first game. He doesn't even play zombies, but if he were to, he'd be much better than the best player on the planet.
In order to settle the dispute, Wings and Syndicate would agree to 1v1 each other in multiplayer.
What, you want to go M16s on Bog right now?
That could go. I'd do it for the fun of it. I'd go for it.
Let's do it.
So what map are we playing?
With game rules that favored Wings as opposed to Syndicate.
He lays it all out there, so it's to his advantage.
Just to top it all off, the match was hosted on USA servers, favoring Wings and giving Syndicate a massive disadvantage due to lag as he was located in the UK. There was no way that Wings could possibly lose this match, as the odds were completely stacked in his favor, or so he thought. The winner would be the first player to reach 30 kills, or whoever had the most kills at the 10-minute mark. After 9 minutes of intense back and forth, Syndicate had 13 kills, while Wings only had 9 with less than a minute remaining. Realizing that there was no way he could catch up, Wings would announce that,
yeah, I probably won't be on Painkiller Already again.
Which was followed by events that I think are best experienced by simply watching the real footage.
Wings, did you spawn in?
I broke my controller.
You broke your controller?
I love that. I broke my controller. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I broke my controller and my knee, so I don't know what to do.
Yeah, keep laughing, you.
He's like, they laugh at him. It's like, of course, dude. Like,
they're not laughing at him though.
They're laughing at the situation, not him. But
exactly. He's their friend, and they feel bad for him because he got fucking humiliated. So they're like, it's just having fun, that's all right. You win some good stuff. Haha.
Humiliated?
And
I don't know about that, but all right.
And then Wings just throws the basic insults as always.
No, he got humiliated not because of the score. It's because of his demeanor.
Yeah. That's
losing after talking all that smack,
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
But it's also like, if they are your friends, they should be laughing at you. They should be laughing at you. They should be making fun of you completely.
You take it in jest. It's like, it's the unspoken rule in sports and friendships and gaming and stuff. It's like you if you're going to go out and be that brash, then you have to take your licks when you fail. Like, it's just how it is.
Well, I also just got the sense that like it's not that fucking serious.
No, it's not. It's a game.
That's why they should be making fun of him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I know, and that's why I'm saying it makes sense why they were laughing at him, but it's not like they were laughing at him maliciously.
No.
Like, they're all friends. Mm-hmm. But he's such an insecure piece of shit that He can't handle getting beaten by a guy on a live stream.
Oh,
because
and
like
then,
Syndicate was just like, oh, I'll do it for the fun of it. You know, it's fun.
Yeah,
it's a game.
Oh yeah, like this isn't like live sports where your whole body goes into it. Like but it's like, man, it's like his Wing's identity was in this stuff, and now he's about to be shown for what it really is. Like, because this is the most popular he's ever been, and he's
now. Oh, every time he would start camping, on his videos, people would say like, oh well, turns out isn't the best strategy because you lost to Syndicate, faggot. You know, like
oh, whoa,
that would be those are the kind of comments he would get all the time. I know because I saw them.
I tried to hide it earlier in this stream, but it's
bundle of 6. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, bundle of 6.
But the other thing is like he was like, now he's as popular as ever been. He's going to be exposed because he was the Syndicate stream that he actually did record it. So it's like, and then people started spreading that around about how he got pushed, and then like, let's see how far we can actually push him now. Like, especially after this.
Why the f you stream that shit?
That's the comment that really.
Why the
I
fuck?
think,
Did you
yeah,
stream?
Yeah. It's like,
why did you stream the thing which we agreed to stream?
Yeah, like don't say that. Like, say that off stream. Like, don't say it. Live.
I don't know what else to say, man. I have nothing to say against this.
No, it's like, it's really, man. You can tell he's. I don't know if his pride is hurt or if, man.
It was your idea.
No, I didn't say
that. Every single time.
I love it. It was your idea.
It's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yay! Also, Zedneck. I kind of like that. That's interesting.
Trash talk. Wings was humiliated with 9 kills as opposed to Syndicate's 14. Geordie's reaction led his audience to realize one simple thing. Wings of Redemption was not this famous...
Yeah, look at this bad sportsman. It's like, yeah, not only did you, like, dude, it's one thing to be like, if you talk trash, you have to back it up. It's like, but it's another thing to talk trash and then be an unsportsman about it. It's like,
Call of Duty hero who took a romantic risk by starting YouTube. No, he was an immature man-child who happened to catch the Call of Duty YouTube wave while living on unemployment. The difference between his online persona and true personality had finally shone through, and in case Wing's reputation hadn't deteriorated enough already, this was really only the beginning. Syndicate would post a screenshot to his Twitter the following day, displaying a conversation in which Wings had requested that they play again in a fixed...
just me, Jordan. I was trying to get Syndicate. Nah, I'm here. Gotta deal with you. I got David willing to put up $5,000. You get $3,000. I get $250, but I have to cut it on top. Oh my gosh!
Jesus.
He's trying to bribe
Sound like a good deal, or want no part of it? No, not at all. I'm not taking part in that. Good on you, Tom.
Oh my gosh, Syndicate. All you have to do is say no, and you're the better person. It's, wow. You're that's terrible.
Like, I don't make $2,500 a day. Regardless of the money, you want to come out on top in the situation. You just made it 10 times worse.
Does this not sound like what Boogie said to Jordy? It's like when he's on stream, it's like, he's like, you want to pay me? Like, to cut me off? I'm not paying you. I'd rather torpedo the whole thing. It's like, oh my gosh. It's
match where Syndicate would let Wings win with the goal of...
You just made this 10 times worse. I got a family to feed and the money's the big deal to me. Oh my gosh.
You got a family to feed? Bullshit. Bullshit.
Even if he did, that doesn't give it an excuse to, like, no, this is about family. The first part of that was like, you wanted respect back.
I got a family to
reputation. The
feed.
screenshot would
What the
end
hell?
with Syndicate stating, "You want to come out on top of this situation, you just made it 10 times worse," as well as, "No way, Wings, you just blew it big time." Wings' videos would then begin to fill with comments regarding his childish reaction to the loss. However, rather than rectifying it by stating that the Syndicate won fair and square, Wings would paint himself as the victim of the situation, stating that the reason he didn't win the match was because Woody hadn't set the rules correctly. In addition to this,
oh my gosh,
he would upload
such a pansy.
You are coping and seething.
Oh gosh.
Welcome
Cope
to
and
Wings
seed
and Redemption,
Wings.
by the way.
I'm sorry. Say again.
Said welcome to Wings of Redemption, by the way.
Yeah, yeah. This is kind of what we're here for, really. The other stuff
Yep.
is just set up.
Videos
about
happen.
Yeah, the
problems
sympathetic
that we've been dealing
backstory before they start humiliating him, of course.
Well, the thing is, though, it's like, yeah, it I don't know if that explains some of it, but it's not an excuse. Like,
Oh no,
how
not at
you're
all. I'm
brought
just
up,
saying
yeah.
it's sort of like supposed to be a bit of like tonal whiplash,
Maybe.
which is designed to make it funnier, I think.
Because I've seen a lot of his other videos that have this sort of thing. It's like he doesn't do this for everyone, so it's like it's kind of interesting.
many problems that he'd been dealing with, uploaded with the assumed goal of garnering sympathy from his viewer base.
There's been so much stress with sub box breaking, the view count thing, the losing the 1v1.
He's making excuses that he gets exploded in a window. It's like I just find that funny. Oh goodness.
All the haters, all the loss of subs. I've actually gained 20 pounds because all I've been doing is worrying and eating.
The problem was that
Blah blah eating worrying.
Yes,
blah, blah, blah.
blame it on everyone else, not
Yeah,
yourself.
it's like, oh, he's also sympathy doing. He's like, you guys are making me eat and worry.
Oh man, that map back memories. Use of was awesome.
I love this map. It's a great map.
Just like the idea.
This is weirdly.
Mhm.
This is weirdly more tolerable than listening to Boogie complain about everything.
Oh, absolutely. Because like,
I think it's just his voice. I think it is
Yeah.
genuinely just his voice.
it's yeah, and it's kind of funny because I can see how his voice would be good over the phone when he's a 911 operator, but it's like at least it's somewhat soothing.
Yeah, I like the idea that once Tom beat him in the game, you know, Tom was like, "All right, GG, man," and then Wings just records himself just eating a whole turkey, just stuffing it down his mouth,
39
going,
kills
"This
and
is your
5
fault.
deaths.
This is your fault."
Yeah, it's true. This is his 1 HP voice. Yeah.
Yes.
By the
Right.
way, 39 kills, 5 deaths. I wonder if he was camping.
attempting
would
to garner
you-
sympathy ended up having the opposite effect on his reputation, as the approval seeking did nothing but display his overwhelming lack
Oh,
of
he's
confidence.
playing Search and Destroy.
I'm just still wrapping it around my head.
Oh, it's headquarters.
Headquarters.
Why?
Yeah, you're right.
What? Oh, I'm still wrapping it around my head. Why you would be stupid enough to basically ask, "Hey, we could share the money of $5,000
Share the
so
load.
so that I can beat you in fucking Call of Duty."
He wants
Is-
respect back. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, here's the thing. But by doing that, it's like, no, you lost it. He's right. Syndicate is right. You just lost it, big style. Also,
Jesus Christ.
nice image. I love this. I love the display on the ground. Yeah.
Like for those of you who don't know, you know, sometimes Trent Fox, he's a pretty good YouTuber.
he is.
He hosts like Champions League or Fiction League or whatever it's called these days. And you know, I get angry on that all the time, like all the time. And I say some things that, you know, people may take seriously, but I would never be willing to go to Trend and go, "Hey, you know, help me win, and I could get you $5,000." What the fuck, man?
Dedication.
You don't have that kind of... Do you have that kind of money? Like, But anyways,
Metroid Fusion isn't canon, by the way.
Oh, shut up, Owen.
yes, it is. Silence.
Confidence. This lack of personal confidence also began to manifest itself in videos where Wings would talk about his weight, stating that he had gained approximately
Oh
100 pounds.
gosh, look at that.
Look at that
Oh,
moon.
you got so big that day.
That's no moon.
That's no
That's no moon. That's an apple on the thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, there are apples on the.
Yeah. Look at that. Yeah.
From comfort eating since his reputation began to decline. In order to combat this, Wings will move in with a newer member of the PKA podcast, Kyle.
What the heck is that?
Why was he standing there just smiling?
I don't know. That's so weird to me.
Well,
So some context on this. PKA decided to do something nice for Wings. They were going to help him lose weight, so they were going to throw him through a boot camp.
Yeah, a personal
and,
trainer.
This was all Kyle's idea. Kyle did all the planning, and it was a shit show because Kyle is an asshole and he doesn't know what he's doing. So it was 2 weeks of he gets to eat like 500 calories, and then they just go outside and have him throw heavy things around because they don't know how to work out. The only reason Kyle is skinny is because whenever he starts to gain weight, he's like, oh, I'll stop eating. And then he only drinks water and eats an apple a day. So he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. So they just tortured Wings for like 2 weeks.
That is such a legendary image.
Yeah,
it is amazing. First of all,
before Wings got there, they're like, Kyle was sitting there, was like, oh my god, wait, he's gonna have to shower. My shower's not big enough to fit him. And so he actually had contractors go out and redo his bathroom to get like a full like fat man shower in place, just so that when Wings got there, he'd be able to fit. And then he immediately broke the bed by sitting on it as soon as he got there. It was a shit show from day one.
That face nearly killed me.
I love that face. He looks like he's gonna like. He looks so fake. It looks like he's gonna sell me a car, and I'm like.
It looks like the type of guy where you see a picture of him, and you know you put it down. You come back and pick up the picture. He's not there. It's like, wait, what the fuck?
I can promise you guys that is as real as it gets if you know all the context. So Kyle might play an asshole, but he went out of his way to do all this for Wings, including the renovation of his shower. I mean, like, there is, like, you don't have to necessarily be a personal trainer to put somebody on a diet. And yeah, the whole point of it was to provide an entertaining way to show that Wings is losing weight. It was like a way to reinvigorate his channel. And they're like, yeah, all this stuff is going to go be uploaded to your channel and everyone can get behind you. And then he gives up after 2 weeks or 3 weeks, something like that.
Yeah.
They're feeding him. They're housing him. Everything's taken care of.
That's like you said, you can't hold down a job.
It's a way, yeah. It's kind of funny. Yeah, he said 2 weeks. After 2 weeks, he gives up on stuff. Wow, that actually goes back to what he said about his jobs. So it's like that kind of matches. So,
yeah, how
but
am I
anyways,
supposed to
this
feel
is a
sorry
job.
for him?
Like his weight loss is his job for a while.
Kind of like Boogie. He had those vlogs where he goes,
yeah,
weight.
yeah, like.
No, it would be like but comparing that to a job is like saying I go to work, and half of all my responsibilities that are normally mine are taken care of by the other employees. I get a free lunch every single day. Also, they pay my rent.
Wow.
Like it's just not. It's just not even comparable to your average person who has to work at Starbucks. Like that's a harder job than what he had to do.
I mean, using that as a baseline is a bit harsh.
Yeah.
To the Starbucks workers, I should say.
Oh, yeah. Like he could be a Walmart greeter and just sit down in that big chair. Like, hey, how's it going?
Well, I'm saying it's more. It takes more effort to get up every day and go work a 6 hour at Starbucks than it does to go visit your friend, have all your meals cooked for you, and be told, guess what? Your exercise regime, we're gonna film it, and that's gonna generate revenue for your YouTube channel.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
Mm.
all you have to do is exercise. That's it.
No one disagrees with it. I just think like it's weird to think of especially front of house service as like the low effort job that is being used as a point of comparison.
Well, it's not. He's being used as the comparison. What he's
I know.
doing is
No,
lower effort.
we're comparing Wings to presumably a thing that doesn't have a lot of effort. Just to point out how low of an effort it is, and I just don't think that like service work, especially if it's front of house, should be used as that.
Well, I was using it because
don't
it's an
think that's
easy.
what he
It's
was
like,
doing.
yeah, I'm saying I use that
It's an
because
easy job to get,
it's
sure.
an easy job to
Um,
get. Like, you don't need to be like have any
Okay.
previous qualifications. So
Mhm.
that, and by that
Yeah,
logic,
okay, I see what you mean, but it
I'm
is
not
something
saying
that
it
still
requires no
has a lot of
skill. I'm
effort.
saying it's much easier to get into that type of job.
Yeah, okay, I see what you mean now.
All right. I just like this power stance of this guy. He's like, I'm in the room. Like,
He is so.
It just looks wrong.
yeah,
just looks
I know.
wrong.
He's like
There's no other word for it. It's wrong.
He's a That's why I say he's a stereotypical like car salesman. Like,
At this, Wings will move in with a newer member of the PKA podcast.
not a new member. Sorry, there was said from the beginning. Forget to introduce him earlier. Oh, that's you should have re-edited. But then again, I can't.
Yeah,
talk.
how long do retakes take, Sonny?
I don't know, but I can't.
Too long.
This hasn't
I
been a
can't
great
play
video.
too much since I do this crap. But here's the thing: I like what Alistair does in his videos, where it's like where he pauses the video and he says, "Hey, editor, me here. I just want to make clear that he was there since the beginning." It's like, yeah, that's all you have to do.
Newer to the story is what he should have said. It should have been like a pause. He says, "I meant he was newer to the story, not, but he has been a member since the beginning."
Yep. Yep.
It's a common practice, actually.
Fine. In order to combat this, Wings will move in with a newer member of the PKA podcast, Kyle, where Kyle would act as his personal trainer, giving him an exercise routine and cooking him healthy food for every single meal. Kyle had even spent $5,000 to
So,
rebuild his
who was describing the exercise routine? It was Ficus. Was that you? Who was this?
Shit. Yeah.
Who was describing like what the weight loss
on?
plan?
What
the weight loss
It was
plan was
Master
about.
Ficus. He just like, here, push this tire. Like, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was.
What about it?
Well,
sorry, just to confirm. So it mainly consisted of what we just saw.
Things
some
like
of it.
that, yes.
I'd even spent
I mean, remember, it was also designed to be entertaining because it was being posted on his channel, Wings' channel, to sort of revitalize it. So they were like, how can we make entertaining challenges that are also, promoting exercise?
I didn't watch the actual exercise routine. I only watched the PK podcast episode where Kyle was describing what they put him through. And from what he was describing, it sounds exactly like this is most of what he was doing. Just throwing heavy shit around, holding planks, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not great for losing weight.
Anything's better than what he was doing, which was nothing.
Of course.
But I just find it very funny at how haphazard it was.
Yeah, he's definitely exercising, definitely expending those calories.
Trainer, giving him an exercise routine and cooking him.
It's also full of water.
Healthy food for every single meal. Kyle had even spent $5,000 to rebuild his shower.
And if he was going to live with me, we would have to put in a new shower. So construction began the next day on a $5,000 shower.
Stating that it would have been too small for Wings to fit in. However, despite Kyle putting in an incredible effort to help,
he's making him swing a bat at a tire swing.
Yeah.
What the heck?
The most exercise ever.
It's amazing.
Of all time.
And you can tell it's the same place because I look at those like black fence things back there with the drapes over them or whatever. Like with the tar mats or whatever. It's like, man, that is the middle of nowhere.
Wings
Well,
after only a week.
This isn't where Wings lived. He went to go live with Kyle.
Right.
So
still, It can't be that far if it's wings.
You're right.
No, it was. It was like halfway across
really?
the country, if I remember right.
Really?
Really?
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I didn't think he
Wow.
would travel that far.
Well, Kyle paid for it.
Probably, yeah.
I'm pretty sure Kyle's on the East Coast somewhere. I could be wrong on that. I don't recognize the topography.
I mean, it's crazy. He didn't even need his passport.
Well, you know, he's going like I'm going to a foreign country just because, you know, a foreigner came in and beat him. So
I just realized I'm still thinking Arkansas, not South Carolina. They might be in the same state.
Or is it? I'm questioning it. I think it was either South Carolina or Georgia. One of those.
Yeah.
Falco?
Yeah.
Yes.
Kyle's in Georgia.
There you go.
Kyle's definitely in Georgia. I don't know where Wings is from. Is it South Carolina? Are we sure on that one?
Let me just do a quick Google search.
Yeah. While you guys are doing that, yes, Fraga?
Check the VC text.
Oh, I have to get out of hang on, let me go into
South Carolina.
All right. Bipolar social anxiety disorder. Oh no. Oh no.
It's great.
That's great. I'll show it off at the end, but put that on the you gotta leave that there for the insider memes. That's good. I like it.
Wings had requested to leave. Kyle convinced him to stay for another 3 weeks, leaving after having lost an impressive 40 pounds. Upon returning home, Geordie would hire a personal trainer. However, problematically, given his lack of discipline and the return to his old environment, Wings would gain the weight back in the few weeks following his return home. Despite having left Kyle's house, this wouldn't be the...
Look at it's like he just hammered onto a tire.
Why don't you get him into like some proper woodwork, like chopping up wood? That should
Like,
get some.
Guys, are you? I
That'd
think
be
you're
great
missing
to
the point.
watch.
He lost 40 pounds. That's a lot of weight.
No, not really.
Are you kidding me?
Relatively.
Relatively, yeah, but
Did you
what
just
is it-
hear
what is
how
it
long
relative-
he was there? 40 pounds in like a few weeks?
yeah,
That's
but
a lot.
well, here's the thing: when you're that big,
Yeah,
you're,
but keep it...
you're gonna shred pounds like quickly, but it doesn't matter if you don't have the habit to do it.
So that doesn't. I respectively, that doesn't take away anything about what I said. 40 pounds is a lot.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's a lot of weight
40
on a
pounds for
normal
big guy
person.
is not,
But not for him.
challenging.
Yeah, I'd say
All they had to do to make
And
him
weight
lose
loss
some
is
weight
actually
is
relative.
You're also correct, Ficus. 40 pounds is still a lot of weight.
Okay, so what's your point? What point are you making?
It doesn't matter like what the literal number is. It's to do with how much you have and how much of that you've lost. Like proportionally.
I agree.
I do agree that 40 pounds is a lot, but still, that's all he did. He didn't do anything further than that.
No, I was just all I was addressing was like, because he said in the video it was an impressive amount to lose, and then somebody said no, it's not, and I'm like, well, it is, considering the exercise regime he was doing and his general mentality about exercise and doing things like that.
I guess that's fair. And it's kind of funny that like when he hired a personal trainer, but thanks to him being back home where he was more comfortable, he quit. It's like,
yeah, it was all for show.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
it was all for show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
The last time that they hung out. Approximately 5 months later, the 3 main members of the PKA podcast, being Woody, Kyle, and Wings, agreed to go on a survival style.
You look so bored. I'm sorry, but I got really distracted. Look at that. He's so bored. Also, fuck Christian Bale, I'm Batman. All right.
Well,
I
there's
guess
context for that. This is the podcast where they basically had a what do you call it? When like everyone gathers to talk to somebody who's on drugs. Intervention, thank you. So basically this was an intervention podcast where he was like, oh, I want to quit doing this. he's at Kyle's place right now, and
Hmm.
they're all trying to convince him like, nah, man, you need to keep doing this. Like, this is good for your channel. This is good for your health. This is good for everything. Like,
Yeah,
you're like all your friends are trying to support you.
it
And
just
like as the
takes
podcast
work.
goes on, he just keeps complaining and moaning, and you see like Kyle and a few other people just kind of getting worn down.
Mm.
They're just like, "Ugh, fuck it, man.
What do
Like
we do about this? Yeah.
we're literally doing everything for you, and you're
What is
still complaining."
what is with the fucking image on the right? Fuck Christian Bale. I'm
Batman. I guess we
What
know. I
the-
guess we know when this came out. Probably right after.
This was I think it's no, this was like
Oh,
2017, 2016 or something.
I don't know. It's hard to
Who
tell
fucking knows the context?
because, like, I don't know. I think that's relevant. It's like, man, that I don't know. When did he go to Kyle's?
This is probably all available online. I'm pretty sure it was
Mm.
2016, something like that.
All right,
Olin, I can very quickly check this actually.
all right. I'll go and actually
There's a
continue for now.
wiki out there.
PKA 155 came out 11 years ago.
Let's see. Oh yeah, that is that's 2016 or so, right?
It's so weird to think about.
Mhm.
What?
No, it's 2014.
Wow.
Okay.
So that was more of the
Falco?
Christian Bale phase. All right.
I do have to question. When did this video come out? Like this video?
Oh, let me. Let's find out.
Yeah, didn't you say like 4 years ago?
3 years
So-
ago.
Oh, 3 years ago. My bad.
So this was before all the
Local
Lolcow
stuff.
podcast.
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
Oh, long before, yeah.
God, I'm betting the person making this video watched that podcast and he was like, "Fuck, I should have waited a few years before making this video."
He's made multiple videos about wings that are more
Oh,
up to
okay.
date. Same thing with Boogie.
E.
Like so.
In fact, we
Slated
saw a few in the EFAP coverage.
Yeah, I would argue that Boogie is, Wings is less entertaining now than he used to be.
Yep, I'd agree to that because like when
That
he's
is-
yelling and stuff, there's actually something to be entertained by.
That is true. However, you still have the fact that he went to box Boogie.
Oh yeah, but that's a liar against history. I think where it's like he's entertaining for a while, for like a bit, and then he disappears. Like
Yeah, I wouldn't say he hasn't been ever entertaining since a certain time. Like
Mhm.
he's definitely been entertaining here and there. I just think, peak Wings is like 2017, something like that.
The three main members of the
2018.
PKA podcast, being Woody, Kyle, and Wings, agreed to go on a survival-style camping trip in the woods together. Kyle
Now I've heard about this before, where it's like I saw it on clip channels where they were talking about this and how bad Wings is to them.
I want to hear this.
All right, I'll go back a bit.
of the PKA podcast, being Woody, Kyle, and Wings, agreed to go on a survival-style camping trip in the woods together. Kyle traveled 3 hours from his house to the location at which they agreed to meet, which was followed by a call to Wings checking to see how far away he was. This would be the point at which Woody and Kyle's continually compassionate attitude towards Wings would finally dissipate.
I'm driving in the night before. Let me give old Wings a call, make sure we're all good to go here, Call him up, say, hey man, you ready to do this thing? I'm driving in now, about 3 hours from the place. What are you up to? He's like, I'm not going. What? What do you mean? I'm not coming. When were you going to tell me? I'm telling you right now.
Wings had left Kyle and Woody to camp by themselves, resulting in Wings alienating his final 2 YouTube friends and ultimately being kicked off the PKA podcast.
Yeah, so we've decided,
Oof.
It was a group decision, we decided that Wings of
So
Redemption
Yeah.
wasn't going to...
If I could just pause it real quick.
Ah,
There's so at this point, I don't know if he's gonna provide the context, but Woody was actually a little bit more forgiving of this. 'Cause
Oh,
he's
yeah.
just like, it was a physical activity. I kind of was surprised that he even wanted to do it. So, yeah, it wasn't a big deal. It was more of a big deal for Kyle. the thing that made Woody sever his let's say relationship with Wings is a lot worse, and I hope he mentions it.
In fact, talk a little bit because I'll be right back.
Alright.
And I will put on the message real quick, because I have one of those. All right.
The message.
I don't remember why
Whoops.
Woody cut ties. I think it's something about a broken toilet.
No,
I'll be right back.
Essentially, there was this other commentator or streamer or something who was had some colorful language about Woody's autistic son, and Wings was giving him tips on how to get his numbers up, and he's like, Woody, like you're making me choose between my friends here, and I don't know I don't know what's going on, and he's just like, fuck you, that he just fucking snapped, and he's like, I and that's when I decided not to work on his desk, because he was into woodworking and he was gonna refinish his desk for him, and he's just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not refinishing your desk, and fuck you. This should be a fucking deal breaker for your friendship with this guy. Anyway. There's so many other things he's done. I'm still waiting for him to get the surgery.
What, again?
Again?
No, well, he never got the surgery. He lied about it, and then he said, he raised money again when he said, I'm going down to Mexico to get it, and he didn't do it.
Oh, I thought he got it because I remember he lost quite a bit of weight and then he gained it all back.
Did he finally get it? Did I miss that? I sorry, I could have sworn that he never got it. I could be wrong.
Wait, when are you talking?
So basically, back in 2018, he said he was going to get this surgery that would help him lose weight. I forget the name of it, but he raised a bunch of money, and then he said he was going to do it. Said he was going to do it.
That's what it is. Sorry.
Go on. Okay. Sure. So anyway, then he just didn't do it, and so everyone was like, "You fucking liar." And he's like, and he just stopped addressing it, and did his thing where he just would not address it, but then get angry about people bringing it up.
Yeah.
Basically, how he handles every situation.
Well, deny and get angry. That seems to be his way of dealing with things. I guess we're all ready to go back. All right. Let's see if I can. Oh, that's right. This sort of does remind me of how, it's kind of funny. All you have to do is just be honest about things, and your life will go a lot better online, especially when it comes to your audience. Don't lie and hide stuff. It's just people want authenticity from their creators. It's not that tough. I don't think.
Gonna continue with us on the show for at least the foreseeable future. He's got a lot of
Who is that talking right now? Is that Woody?
It's Kyle.
It's Kyle. All right.
Stuff that he needs to work out before he's up to par with what we need from him. He's having a hard time, and he's made some decisions that we didn't feel were so friendly. So for the time being, we're gonna continue without him.
It would then become apparent that Wings was questioning whether or not he wanted to continue as a YouTuber, stating that he would like to quit YouTube. However, the status it provided made such a decision extremely difficult.
I know what I need to do. What I need to do is quit YouTube and move on with my life, but at the same time, this is the high point so far in my life. It's hard to walk away from having access to 50,000 people. Basically being able to get advice at any time of the day, any day of the week. Hard to walk away from, being somebody.
No. I think he just doesn't want to walk away from easy money. It's something he wants to do for his job.
Obviously.
He wants to play video games.
It's not just the money. His ego controls so much of his life.
That too. I think that feeds into it, sort of thing, where it's like he definitely doesn't want to walk away from the. He said he doesn't walk away from 60,000 people or whatever, and it's like, well, yeah, because they're supporting you, and that comes with, I think, what you said, the ego as well. I mean, I just think it's easier for him to stay comfortable where he is.
Of importance to going back into a world where you're nobody.
However, perhaps the end of Geordie's YouTube channel was out of his control, because by this point, his subscriber count had already begun to decline. The release of Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, as well as the increasing simplicity of creating video content, meant that Wings had substantially more competition for the videos that he was creating. With a dying channel and absolutely no one else to turn to, Wings would begin to upload variety videos on games such as Fallout and Final Fantasy in a desperate attempt to slow the death of his channel.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to my Fallout 4 playthrough.
He would also attempt to recapture.
When did Fallout 4 come out? Like 2017
2014 or 2015?
Yeah,
I think it was 2015.
Really?
So, was there anything I missed?
Oh, not that much, really. Or we're just going over his history. Because I remember Team 4-Star played Fallout 4 when it came out. And that was, I guess, around 2015, I guess. Yeah. But, man, I remember, like, that is a quality of Let's Play I would never watch in the current, like, landscape of YouTube. Like, hey, everyone, I play Fallout 4. It's like, wow, what a... I'm like, ugh. It's like, that just sounds so, like, early YouTube. Like, it just sounds... Also sounds pretty fake. But, man, I don't know.
Top of the morning to you, laddies. I'm Wings of Redemption, and today we're playing Fallout 4.
I don't know. It just sounds like... I mean... Hold on. I'm gonna... It's just that... Listen to this.
In a desperate attempt to slow the death of his channel.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to my Fallout 4 playthrough.
He would also...
It sounds so dull.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's not authentic.
Sure.
Some people just aren't very, like, most people aren't, like, naturally entertaining.
I don't know. It just sounds like if you're... Well, he's been on YouTube a long time. You'd think he would evolve. But...
Wings of Redemption?
Yeah.
No.
Well...
He never had to. He would literally post the shittest, like, quality and gameplay, and he would get thousands of subscribers because he was one of the first people who was doing it.
Oh, absolutely. And being there that early gets you a lot of support, but you have to just sort of create something new. You know,
he's also a controversial figure back then.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, people follow the controversy.
Yeah. I think Clip Channel's got more views than actual his channel did.
Attempt to recapture his old fame by covering Call of Duty drama and starting a new podcast called The Podcast Show with other washed-up Call of Duty streamers like White Boy 7th Street.
However, wow, how we described it is washed up Call of Duty YouTubers. And Wings is right there.
Oh. You know, it really says something that Wings' background on his webcam is a
water cooler.
Is a whole what do you call those? A jug of water?
No. It's a water cooler. Yeah, it's a jug of water.
I mean the blue thing.
Yeah. It's a jug of water. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what surprises me, it's like, you know what's there now? A column with Pikachu on it.
Yeah, which is honestly more legendary.
It kind of is. This feels like, are you working from your office? Like,
dude, he has the fucking fat Pikachu as well. So
it's kind of more interesting. But then again, these guys, like, that guy's webcam doesn't have much in it either. It's like, what is this?
However, these would also fail to slow the death of his channel. In addition to all of this, Wings would break up with a girl he had been dating at the time by the name of Brandy, which depressed him even further, dropping his motivation to lower and lower levels. From this, Wings of Redemption would move over to Twitch, stating that it required less editing, and through donations and subscriptions...
Oh, oh my gosh. I think that's a mistake in the long run. Oh gosh.
Oof.
He was able to make more money than he ever could while on YouTube. And while this was a positive, in a strange backwards kind of way, this extra income would come to him alongside an equivalent amount of emotional stress and further unexpected problems. The lack of the live nature of the streams meant that Wing's personality was on full display,
Stop sucking.
and all. This meant that if something annoyed him within the game, there was no way to simply cut it out as he had on YouTube, and anyone watching was able to record whatever reaction Wings happened to have.
Hey, did you see that?
Oh, that's my favorite. That's my favorite.
Did you see that? Watch as the screen is clicking off and as he throws.
There was no way to simply cut it out as he had on YouTube, and anyone watching was able to record whatever reaction Wings happened to have.
Wow!
Wings would break controllers, complain extensively.
Headache. I'm hot. My sugar's low.
You know, I really like the visual storytelling of Wings throwing his controller into the dark abyss.
Yeah.
It really says a lot about how far he's fallen.
I kind of knew this video was going to go pretty fast because it's just, man, you're just watching Wings do his thing. It's like, this is the fun part. This is where the fun begins, as Anakin says. You know, it's like, because like, that's what he's known for. Yay, we got here.
I drank all my Pepsis.
As well as constantly
I
rage.
drank all my
As a
Pepsis.
result, channels began to pop up such as Sean Ranklin, X-Bottle, and Gulag Kingpin, all of which devoted to uploading Wings of Redemption's work.
Which one did you watch the most then?
That'd be Sean Ranklin.
Yay. I like that nervous Pepe. That's legendary. I love it.
Yeah.
Also the high plankton guy.
No, it's not Plankton. That's
I know
like
it's
one of
not
the
Plankton, but
yeah.
it's a fish guy from SpongeBob who's high. It's like, yeah.
Worst moments. This created a meme community around trolling Wings, where viewers would often recreate his most common.
Look, what he's like. He's like, look, it's a wig with honey mustard on it.
Why does he have two Pikachus? One is humping the other.
I don't know. He has a drawing of himself too. That's, I mean, as much as I think that this background is a little iffy, at least it's real. It's not like, I watch clips of DSP, and it looks like the fakest thing. It's like he set it up to be like this professional thing, what he thinks people want to see, and it's like, it's so staged.
And if you look close enough, you can see the door slightly open to the dark abyss where he throws all his controllers.
Yeah. Yeah. I expect like there's gonna be a cryptid that comes out of there. Oh my gosh.
He is the cryptid.
Oh my gosh. He's a skinwalker who got fat.
Oh no. Who got fat?
The fat walker.
The skinwalker came in years ago. It's just kind of vibing at this.
He's scared in the corner. Like, oh my god.
The skinwalker came and couldn't be bothered.
The skinwalker was was the one that quit the job after 2 weeks of being a 911. No, 911 operator.
911.
A 911 operator.
We did it.
Did 9/11 heard it here first.
We've reached the 9/11 point.
Wings fell on Building 7.
I'm going to be completely honest with you, Falco. Every time I said 911 in this stream, I have a slight pause because I'm trying not to say 9/11.
Well, technically you are correct, and that's the best kind of correct.
Actions such as banning subscribers from the chat, drinking Pepsi, and eating Wendy's chili, done for the sole purpose of getting videos for these specific troll channels.
Because if I talk about anything or everything, there's a video made about it, and there's 20,000.
I'm surprised he's a Red Phantom in Dark Souls. That's Okay, so he is doing PvP stuff. That's neat.
Some people laughing at me, or there's a podcast with 100,000 viewers.
All of this would lead up to an apex in a stream on one unassuming night in late 2017, at which point Wings
Here
would
we
do something
go!
which many consider to be the most iconic moment in the history of Wings of Redemption.
This is
The
it.
live stream started like any other. However, as with many of his streams, it wouldn't be long before half the lobby
Still
was
got
there
the
purely
sad
to
music
stream snipe
going.
and annoy Geordie Jordan.
I don't think this is sad music. I think it's a combination of what Wings is going through.
Now I want to hear this music while watching Wings of Redemption try interpretive dance.
Black Swan featuring Wings of Redemption.
Featuring Wings of Redemption.
I broke my controller.
Damn it, dude.
As the night progressed, the stream sniping only got worse.
Do you think it's right to stream snipe Wings? I don't know.
Wings? Yes. In general, no.
Okay. You know what? That's fair.
That's fair.
This is World War II. Oh my gosh.
Then, in order to combat the stream snipers, his viewers suggested that he appear offline, to which Geordie responded with,
Look here! Listen!
Yes.
Appearing offline does not stop it. So stop giving advice you know nothing about.
possibly paper.
Also, I really love on his Stairmaster back there, or whatever the exercise machine is, he's got WD-40.
I can no longer hear that clip, look here, look, listen, without thinking of Navi saying that.
Oh yeah, like it's kind of funny. So we looked at that clip, and all that said down there, most of the comments are like, "We need to replace this with Navi in like Ocarina of Time." It's like,
yeah, dude, that would scare the shit out of Link. Just walking down Hyrule Field. Look here, look, listen.
Navi drops out of the sky, and all 400 pounds slams the ground next to him.
We're not talking about Majora's Mask.
Oh boy.
But no, it's like you can't target Ganon at the end. He's like, look here, look, listen. Oh my gosh.
In the way for the breakdown which he was about to have. The stream sniping continued, and feeling helpless to the circumstances he had found himself in, Wings of Redemption would respond with the following.
He just subscribed.
I don't know when I'll stream again.
He fucking disc throwed that controller.
Yeah. There is a dent back there, but I know it's funny, but we have to hear everything. Okay?
Sorry.
No, trust me. I know it's funny.
I don't know what else.
It's beautiful.
I really need to make this fucking money. I really wanted to get this surgery.
Oh, no.
I wanted it so bad.
Oh man,
I fucking love these clips.
Do you think he's just heartbroken at the 500th loss
is this
of his
real?
controller?
Yes, I think this is 100% real, but it's like, yeah, but it's you get what you deserved. Like, I'm sorry, dude. I feel a little bit of sympathy, but not that much. Like, it's 2% sympathy.
Oh my god. The only time I felt bad for Wings was when he was just streaming himself, just playing some Call of Duty or whatever, and he was just completely silent. Then suddenly he gets a call from Boogie, and Boogie just goes, "The fuck are you doing?"
Yeah.
Wings is just sitting there going, I'm just streaming."
I think that's especially funny just because like Wings was like completely calm throughout that whole exchange.
I know.
Boogie just did not intimidate him.
It's like you're gonna see this. You're gonna see this in like the Penguin or something. It's like, whoa, calm down, Carvopod.
Jesus.
I just can't do it. I can't take this.
Oh my god!
It's just the timing of that.
All I want to do is like I'm lonely. I want to just stream and
Have a good time.
have a good time. Have a good game.
Oh my gosh, the music too.
Yeah.
All you gotta do is just shoot this scene, but in black and white.
Yeah. Lemon.
Wings
Wings
is
of
6'2",
Redemption.
right? Or is he 6'4"?
I think he's 6'2".
Wow.
6'2".
He's pretty tall.
Yeah, this is a 6'2", 400-pound man. That is fucking intimidating. But this is very real because when he cries, he sounds like a pug.
Oh yeah, he sounds like a puppy. Yeah. And like I know this is real because like all Boogie does is snort when he cries. And so it's like this is very real. He's like the frustration of him just trying to play a game. He's like, yeah, he's telling the truth, but yeah, you earned it. Like
My life.
The clip has gained 2.6 million views to this day, and just like his last rage, the clip would go
I bet it's got a lot more.
Oh boy.
on to continually haunt him.
Might we
However,
see?
unlike his last rage, where he would have to simply deal.
Oh, okay. How
One
many?
second.
All right.
Oh, it's been taken down.
Oh no.
It got re-uploaded. So.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, I bet it's because of terms of service have changed or whatever.
Wait, what got
YouTube
taken down?
rules. Oh,
The video.
of him throwing his look here, look, listen.
Oh, okay.
The Sean Ranklin
Mhm.
one got taken down and it was re-uploaded by someone else. So it's like, yeah.
I
Fuck.
wonder if it's
we'll
because
never
like
know.
YouTube got to him or something. Who knows?
Unlike his last rage, where he would have to simply deal with comments, this time around, his trolls would go to much more effort, joining his games in order to play the content through the speaker.
All right, your boy, did you invite him?
While giving more fuel to the growing number of troll channels. One of these channels goes by the name of Liquid Richard, who has today uploaded 4 full-length professionally produced albums, all of which being made from the
Albums? Oh my. He's given a lot of see, this I didn't know. I didn't know people made albums of, but it doesn't surprise me either, you know?
Dude, at this point, I want to see like an I want to see like an A24 biopic on Wings of Redemption.
Oh, that's the thing. It's like these people have stories on like and they're long. It's like The Whale, except he deserved it. Like
it's like The Whale.
So I would recommend if you want a bit of a longer, more detailed account, Down the Rabbit Hole.
Yep.
Good channel for that. If you want a short, much funnier video that's longer than this, go look up Mr. Mediker's video on it, Wings of Redemption.
I'm gonna quote Nicholas D. Oreo about Mediker is that like his content is good to decent, but he's a coward, spineless coward. That's what he said.
I disagree with that 100%.
But yeah, that's
Wait,
just
where
what he
did that
said.
come from?
I was gonna say
Are you
like
sure that
Mr. Mediker's a spineless coward. He's the like one of
Falco,
the
are
few
you
people who
thinking
will
of
confront
Some
everyone.
Ordinary Gamers? Are you thinking of
Yes.
Mudahar?
Yeah.
Holy shit,
That guy.
Falco.
Oh.
Two very different people. Very different.
My bad. Wrong
Mr.
one.
Mediker is like
Hello,
an
guys and
old
gals, it's me,
school
Mediker.
edgelord who has cancer and showed up to bully Boogie when he was faking cancer.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah. My bad.
Honestly,
That's the wrong one.
he was downright tame. I would say he was really
very
nice.
tame. You should see his Boblax video. Holy shit.
That's old school.
To be fair on Falco's part, I also thought you guys were talking about Mudahar because Medikar kind of sounds similar.
Yeah.
So but the thing is,
Mutakar.
Mudahar doesn't go by Mr. Mudahar.
That
Mr.
is true.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh.
I just didn't realize there was somebody with a very similar M name.
It just reminds me of when Boogie called him Mutakar.
Mudakar. Mutakar. I apologize. I didn't mean him. I didn't mean him.
Like he just really hates hot chips.
He just,
That Mosbeck's
it's not
probably
Indian
something
food at
else.
all.
The stupid things that Wings has said over the years, which is especially hilarious as the music is unironically extremely well made and entertaining. From the point of his
Oh, you didn't. Oh, show some of it. Dang it.
You know, all these very entertaining videos of mocking Wings of Redemption. Now back to him crying.
I love this AI. I don't know if that's AI or just taken from a video, but that's.
I think it's just taken from a video.
Mm-hmm.
Made and entertaining.
Yeah, that
From
looks
the
more
point
YouTube poopish than AI.
Mm-hmm.
of his notorious COD World War II rage, the Wings of Redemption cycle continued over and over again. He would do something stupid, attempt to prove that he was in the right, resulting in even more trolls. Or he would attempt to improve his life in some way or another, fail miserably, and be publicly ridiculed by his detractors. He would get weight loss surgery in Mexico, apparently lose 100
Here
pounds.
it is.
Yeah, this is it's gonna.
This is
So
what.
So he did get the surgery.
Oh yeah,
This was the.
they both.
This
did.
was the. This was the first thing I've ever heard about Wings of Redemption was the
gastric bypass surgery.
The surgery thing that he ended up fucking backpedaling on.
Yeah, he beat the surgery.
He beat the surgery
by feeding into it.
Yeah. I don't know how that's possible, but you did it.
Yeah. No, he beat weight loss.
Never prove it and still look the exact same 2 years later. He would continue to ban trolls.
Oh, wait, hold on. I think he lied about it then.
Ridiculed by his detractors. He would get weight loss surgery in Mexico, apparently lose 100 pounds, never prove it, and still look the exact same 2 years later.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
He would continue to ban trolls from the chat, giving them the exact attention they desired, ensuring that they rejoin at a later date on a second account.
Exotic's been banned 9 times. Him giving his free Twitch Prime to me is not going to stop him from being banned at this point.
It was as if in every situation, it was impossible for Wings of Redemption to choose a response that wouldn't end in complete.
What in the world is he doing?
I don't know, man.
Is he biting the controller?
Is he trying to break the universe?
I don't know.
If in every situation, it was impossible for Wings of Redemption to choose a response that wouldn't end in complete and utter catastrophe. Seemingly consistent with the overwhelming misfortune in Geordie Jordan's life, only 2 months ago, on the 26th of July 2021, his Twitch partnership would be revoked for breaking Exhibit D of the content guidelines, as explained on a Wings of Redemption YouTube livestream titled Twitch Fallout.
Twitch took my partnership away today for Exhibit D.
Geordie then stated...
Oh, he put it in quotes. Exhibit D.
He's nuts.
Oh gosh, got him.
Oh,
also,
wow. Good job, Ficus.
I think there's someone in the doorway. I can see his shoe. Look down there.
It's a manifestation of all of his controllers coming back to haunt him
and get a real job.
Everybody in the chat's telling me to get a job, and that's a possibility.
However, if his past has taught us anything, the chance of that actually happening is unbelievably low. Wings continues to stream on YouTube. However, the dislike ratio and a short look at the chat.
Also, hold on. I have to mention this. Look,
it
says no friends.
Low. Wings continues to stream on
YouTube.
No. However, the dislike ratio and a short look at the chat gives us a pretty good idea of how many people are there for no other reason but to continue to troll him. I was watching a video created by one of my favorite YouTubers the other day, Exerbia, who included a line in his video Thoughts from Your Deathbed, which I think runs incredibly true to the tragic tale of Wings of Redemption. The hard road was easy, while the easy road was hard.
Why not just play the fucking clip of him saying that?
Spent his entire life attempting to walk the easy road, avoiding anything that would result in short-term adversity. However, through seeking comfort, he's ironically transformed his life into a complete and utter tragedy. It's as if you can't really avoid the tragedy of life, but the choice we get is whether or not we want to experience the tragedy now by our own voluntary admission, or whether we ignore what we need to do and have the tragedy happen to us later down the road, as is what happened in the case of Wings of Redemption.
Well, all right. Yeah, He probably could have done that a little bit better. Yeet. Oh, look at that. Zeddy and Sun Lee visited. How nice.
Yep.
Good for them. But like, yeah, that's it. You see, it didn't take that long at all. I don't think. It was rather short, and I learned about, but it's definitely not the most extensive one. But it's one that was short enough, but still, I think, entertaining enough. I think he has a pretty good voice. So,
yeah, well, yeah, like I said, I highly recommend the video from the spineless coward, Mr. Medicare.
Mr. Medicare.
Hey, listen, okay, I got it confused. I do it all the time. I'm old.
You're senile?
Yes.
If you want a good introduction to Mr. Medicare, what do you think? Are you thinking Bathtub Ross? I'm thinking Bathtub Ross.
Oh, there's so many. There's so much. It depends on how far you want to go back, because he's basically a prophet.
Basically
when it comes to when it comes to Tumblrisms, there was a time where all this shenanigans going on Twitter, that was all confined to other parts of the internet. But anyway, yeah, but that's a good one. Definitely a good one.
I'm afraid to ask. What's bath time Ross mean?
Bathtub Ross is essentially
Bathtub.
it was so he had a series, I think it was Internet Insanity or it was the Hugbox Chronicles, one of those two, where he would basically talk about communities online that would they're into a lot of silly shit and they would overreact, and anyway, it was fun to laugh at them. So this one though, he had been kind of garnering a reputation online for exposing pedophiles, a few of them at least, and so he stumbles upon this stream with 5 people watching, and he joins at the moment where this guy is essentially admitting to looking up. I don't know if you want me to go into this,
CP.
but essentially looking up. Well, not exactly, as he was just basically watching a video with young kids like in the bath. It wasn't it wasn't exactly supposed to be porn, like, that type of thing.
Pornographic,
It was just,
yeah. Oops.
It wasn't intended to be that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, needless to say, he jumps into the live stream, starts asking him like why are you looking at fucking kids? That's weird. And I almost don't want to spoil it. Let's just say
yeah. And then his
there's
answer
a
is
lot.
probably something crazy.
Well, anyway, it's quite an entertaining video.
Tale. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, I still don't know that much about Wings even after that. It's
yeah. Honestly, the video wasn't that as a Wings story as a Wings story, and I'll say that video was not very, very good. To be honest,
it just gave the whole basics thing. Yeah. It is kind of funny how like he gives you a brief history, but it doesn't go deep.
This feels like someone who did like looked at the Wikipedia page of Wings of Redemption, watched a couple of clips, and then he just did the video based on that. Like he just was like, here's a few highlights, but like there's a lot you could go into, which is
absolutely
down the rabbit hole has a much better video on this. It's not fully up to date, but it's better than this one.
I think it's because like I think it's just I have gone down the rabbit hole, so to speak, about this guy's content, and I was like, I get my Watch Mojo of sort of I wouldn't compare it to Watch Mojo, but it's definitely like a somewhat I could just
similar.
I wouldn't say it's similar at all. It is quite.
It's very surface level.
Yeah, it's made to consume, sort of like that sort of thing. I get my sort of reason why things could be hated or liked, and then you kind of make your own decision or do something about it. Like, all right. But then again, that's every video ever. But yeah. So I'm glad you guys came by. Oh yeah. Are any of you working on something that you want to shout out or anything?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I feel
We are
like
all idle.
I feel like at this point I shouldn't say anything about what I'm working on because I'm already going through a lot of some issues in terms of editing or anything like that. I'm not able to make a video at the moment. The only thing I can say is definitely coming out when it's ready is Sunley is helping me with the arcane reactions on Act 3 of Season 2.
Oh yeah, I saw some of that, dude. Sudden Lee does EFAP levels of editing. It's very good. Like,
Yeah, he's great.
yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of like when we watch Artemis Fowl. Like it's
Sun-
that good. Like,
Sunley, if you're watching this, I am very happy that you are helping me along with this.
I do want to pay him somewhat. Like
Yeah,
that's what I want to do.
I have made no progress on my videos at all because of the things going on. But other than that, yeah, thank you, Sunley.
My Buffy video did come out, but I got some constructive criticism, and I do plan to do better. Because of that, I'm on my next one so far. I am writing it. I am writing it currently. Trying to get everything I need in there. Pay attention to why I need clips. That's one of the big reasons why the last video was not as good. And so yeah, it's going. If I can't find it, then if I can't find a clip or something like that, I could probably get episodes from Tubi. But I don't know if I can record off that. But still, I think it's going well. So yeah, look forward to all that, and I think this will be the last thing. So, see you guys next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.